Let's commence the class with the mightiest name of Allah Almighty, who is the King of the kings and Lord of the lords. We will strive to talk on the above topic which is being mentioned on the board. So we will talk all about these particular topics because these topics will be discussed by me. So as you know it well that these topics are actually mentioned, documented over here, and you guys will have to know all about these topics. The very first topic that I have written over here is Nepal. The second topic is personality elaboration. Today explain. I will explain, Shahabuddin Ghori. Third one is conflict discussion. What is a conflict discussion? So, dear, we will discuss about the Roman Empire and Byzantine Empire. So we will discuss about the history of this magnificent empire. And last, the second last topic is all about railway. So we will also cast our lights on these particular topics, and in the end there will be a presentational topic that is about my hobby. So these topic will be discussed by me right now, and you will be provided with all relevant information, with all relevant knowledge about these topics. So you need to stay with me. Uh, you need to listen all these things till the end of the class, and in the last section of the class there will be a vocabulary building, and then after there will be vocabulary building, and in the last section there will be actually gentleman activity. So the very first thing, let's talk about Nepal. Let's talk today about Nepal because we need to start countries explanation, countries case study, and we are learning from countries discussion, and then after it has become very apparent, very lucid to us to discuss about these countries. So by the way, let's discuss about Nepal. Nepal is a country which is located in South Asia. Where it is located? It is located in South Asia. And it is a country which is sometimes called the land of mountain, which is sometimes called what? The land of mountains, and it share its border with two countries, with China and with India. So it shares its border with only two countries. Those countries are China and India. Nepal. Nepal's capital is Kathmandu. What's its capital? Kathmandu. Right now, we are actually knowing all about Nepal. Nepal is actually a South Asian country. It's sometimes referred, sometimes it's called land of mountains, and it located between China and India. Nepal's capital is Kathmandu, and Nepal is a country which is nearly 90% hilly area. What is the meaning of hilly area? Hilly area is that sort of region where there is no plain, where there is very less area plain. All the land, all the country is covered with mountains. So in Nepal, you will experience, you know, all the areas mountainous. So by the way, Nepal is a mountainous area. You need to understand it, like the way which I tell it to you. Now, the next thing, interesting facts about Nepal is a country which is snow covered. We can call it ice covered. What? It is ice covered. Ice covered mean that all of its mountain is covered with snow. It is covered with snow. And Nepal is the only country in the world where there is the world's tallest mountain. Mount Everest is located where? In Nepal. Where is located Mount Everest? Mount Everest is located where? It is located in Nepal. So Nepal is home to Mount Everest. Nepal is home to one of the prominent mountain of the world, and Mount Everest is the world highest and tallest mountain in the world. It is tall up to 8,848 meters. That's mean that it is tall almost 9 kilometers. And 9 kilometer is equivalent if you visit from Barikot to Rahimabad, like our, Kambar bypass. So it is tall to this extent. And it is one of the world's highest and tallest mountain of the world. This mountain is fully covered with snow, and even thousands of climbers. Do you know climbers? Those people who climbs mountain. So this is a hot spot for the climbers, and thousands of climbers have surpassed Mount Everest. The very first the very first time when Mount Everest was climbed, that was a New Zealander. A New Zealander. A man was from New Zealand. His name was, what was, did you know about him? Okay. One was Tenzing Norgay. Tenzing Norgay was the first Sherpa, was the first climbers who climbed Nepal, who climbed the Mount Everest, the famous mountain range of Nepal, Mount Everest. And this was climbed in 1953, just 60 years before. So you need to understand that Nepal is a territory which is very challenging for the climbers, for the trekkers. Sometimes Nepal is called heavens of the trekkers. Do you know trekking? Yes, it is called heavens of the trekkers. So by the way, because all across the globe, it invites thousands of trekkers because it is a mountainous, rigid, and such a frustrated lane. And there is a very frigid and challenging environment there because in 12 months of the year, almost 9 months there is extreme winter season. Even 6 or 7 months are are snowy months, and 2 months are little bit, that's a temperate one. 9 months are extremely frigid, or we can say chill season there. So if you have such a mountainous range and climbers, trekkers are climbing that mountain, so what will be the oxygen level, what will be the difficulty level, because once you are climbing on the mountains, you are facing less amount of, you are facing challenging in your respiration, because once you're climbing on mountains, there is a probability that the rate of oxygen, or we can call it, the ratio of oxygen is decreasing by when we increase in the height towards the mountain. So it's a country which is a mountainous, which is fully rigid, which is fully mountainous and difficult to scale it down. Nepal is such a historical country as well. It's the only country in the world where Hindu monarchy was prevailed there. Hindu monarchy mean that before 2000, before 2010 8, sorry, before 2008, there in Nepal, there was a Hindu monarchy. Do you know what is the meaning of monarchy? Monarchy means Badshahat. Here, right now, currently in the globe, you will see Saudi family, Arab family, like these families are monarchies. But these are Muslims. You will never find, and you will not find even 119 countries of the globe any Hindu monarchy. Can you name it? No. India is a democratic country. China is a socialist communist country. So there is no Hindu monarchy or Hindu state of the world. Nepal is the only was the only Hindu monarchy and Hindu state of the world, because 90% population of Nepal is mainly consists of Hinduism, and 9% is Buddhism. So it's a pure Hindu country. And before 2008, it was a Hindu monarchy. There was a great king of Nepal. So he was ruling the whole Nepal. But in 2008, there was a great revolution came when I was, at the age of 8. So at that time, the democracy revived in Nepal, and the democratic system like election, casting votes, party elections, and all these things begin in Nepal. But here in Nepal, when monarchy finished, so then some oligarchs. Do you know oligarch? What is the meaning of oligarch? ओलिगार्क का मतलब होता है अमीर बुड्ढे, अमीर लोग जिनके पास दौलत की मदद से वो हुकूमत पर कब्जा करे, दौलत की दौलत की वजह से या दौलत की मतलब उसको इस्तेमाल करते हुए हुकूमत करे. We can call it oligarch. So in Nepal, when the monarchy has finished, so the oligarch controlled the whole country, and the youth, जो नौजवान थे, they left, their dreams left half finished, वो अधूरे रह गए. And then after, two political parties arise, they flourished in Nepal. They enjoyed government. Alternatively, 5 years for one party, 5 years for the next party. Then they were enjoying like the power sharing in Pakistan, like PPP and PMLN. They are sharing the power politics between every 5 alternative years. So in 2025, recently, just previous year, 25 September, there was a Nepali prime minister. His name was, we can call it KP Sharma. What was his name? Not Kapil Sharma, KP Sharma. KP Sharma was his name. So uh, he first announced that you can't use social media against government. You cannot criticize government. You will have not to criticize government, not its bad policies. And even KP Sharma wrote letters to X account, X administration, YouTube administration, Facebook administration, that accept all our concern, that if any person in Nepal criticize the policy of government of Nepal, so you will not post that particular kind of post in the Facebook, YouTube, or other social application. So Facebook strictly rejected that idea. Even YouTube rejected that idea. So the government of Nepal announced that you guys will never use, like the Nepalese will never use YouTube and all that thing. So 26 social applications, social sites were banned, including Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Snapchat, WhatsApp, all those social links that we are enjoying it. So all those social applications were banned and were, it was banned by the Kapi Sharma's government. So when the youth knew about it, Gen Z, we call it Gen Z. Do you know about generation? Our parents are Gen Boomer, baby boomers. So हमारे अब अब्बू अब्बू पब्बा है ना, ये बेबी बूमर्स है. हमारे अब्बू के जो जनरेशन है, ये कौन सा जनरेशन है? बेबी बूमर. बेबी बूमर कब से आए थे? 1944 से लेकर 1965 के बीच जो लोग पैदा हुए थे, they were called baby boomers. What? बेबी बूमर्स. 1965 से लेकर 1983 तक जो पैदा हुए थे, उनको हम मिलेनियल्स कहते हैं. क्या कहते हैं? हम उसको मिलेनियल कहते हैं. अच्छा, 1997 से लेकर 2013 तक इसको हम जेनजी कहते हैं. क्या कहते हैं? जेनजी. एंड 2013 से लेकर 2025 तक, अभी तक 2025 तक जो पैदा हुए थे, उसको हम जनरेशन अल्फा कहते हैं. जनरेशन अल्फा कहते हैं. और 2025 के बाद जो पैदा होंगे, उसको हम जनरेशन बीटा कहेंगे. क्या कहेंगे? जनरेशन बीटा. सो जेन जी 1997 from 2013. So we are all Gen Z. We are all Gen Z. So there was a revolution in Iran that's called Gen Z revolution. And Gen Z is very accustomed, very familiar with mobile phone, with computer, with software, with information technology, with every sort of facility and modern technology. They knew, they understand, and they manipulate all about recent developments that's happening all across the globe. So there in Nepal, youths arise and they actually topple the government. Even the government resigned just after 6 days, and they fled from the government, from the country, and youth, they took charge of the country. And right now there will be election in the March, in the month of March, just 2 months after January. So by the way, this was a little bit Nepal. Nepal is a country which is very friendly to Pakistan. Nepal always support the cause of Pakistan, but it is heavily dependent on India, sometimes on China. Now it gives all its focus and concentration to China. It's a landlocked country. There is no sea connection. Of Nepal, and it heavily and totally dependent on China and India, because it is sandwiched between these two countries. There is no one country's border share with Nepal, unless except India and China. And Nepal's government is not that much strong, because it is one of the poorest country of the region, one of the poorest country. Nepal's governance is very weak, and its GDP is very less, even lesser than Pakistan. It's totally depend on tourism. There is nothing valuable in Nepal. Like, if you are talking about Pakistan, so Pakistan is known for textile industry. Pakistan is known for rice manufacturing, rice production, wheat production, and all. So for football production, we are best known for cricket and all that thing. So we are a dynamic and diversified nation. But Nepal's, there is only one recognition in the world, that is tourism. In Nepal, around 8 million people annually mean har saal, they visit Nepal, where they spend valuable dollars, and they buy something from there, and then Nepali government and Nepali people enjoying that money. By the way, the population of Nepal is only 31 million, and their land area is 150,000 square kilometer. So it's not that kind of bigger country, not smaller country, nor its population is much bigger, not small, but it is actually a medium sized country. But and it is heavily dependent on tourism. As I told you that Nepal, there is the highest, tallest, and the most beautiful mountainous ranges of the world are located. And you have seen multiple times in the Bollywood films that whenever their hero and heroines are singing and dancing, so sometimes they are portraying us the scenery of mountainous ranges, mountainous areas. So most of the films are filmed there in the Nepal. Because they have portrayed such a beautiful and magnificent scenery. And yes, obviously, it is one of the fantastic and glorious place on the globe. By the way, you know, Mount Everest is there, and around 8 highest mountain of the world are located in Nepal out of 14. So it is one of that kind of important country of the world. So right now I will give you just 3 minutes to discuss all these topics with your friend, and then after I will move forward to the next topic. Yes, go on. You have just only 3 minutes. Yes, 3 minutes to talk on this topic. Yes, Shabash. Yes, Shabash. Zakat is obligatory. Zakat فرض دی کله چې د دولت سیوا شي نصاب دلته مو نصاب وایو یا خمس او تویې صدقه او pray حج وی کنه حج په زندګۍ کې یو ټایم پر فرض دی دا هغه چې د پر چې هغوی ګرځي روزنې سي دوا کوي افورد کولی شي استطاعت رکھنا استطاعت و वो जोड़े شي Kathmandu. We can say rupiah. Kathmandu. What? Huh? What? Submission mean hukam manna. Submission hukam manna.